Hi, welcome back to my quick fix series. I'm going to be doing a stretches for our hip flexors today, so unlocking those hip flexors. We'll start out, this will only take about 6, maybe 7 minutes. We're going to start out with hip circles just to really warm up those hips. So just circling around. You want to go about 6 times in each direction here. And we're just noticing anything that's gone on today, any tightness. Okay, and then we're just gonna stand here for just a moment with our eyes closed. I just want you to feel and sense your hips today, noticing if one side feels tighter than the other, noticing whether it's pulling on the low back. And we sit a lot during the day, especially if you have a desk job. These do get really tight. So today, hopefully, that we could get some of this stuff unlocked. So we're gonna start coming around and you're gonna have a seat in your chair. So you can do this right at your desk, even if you're at work. All right, so we're gonna start sitting up nice and tall here. The first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a little bit of mobilization, windshield wipers. So you're gonna lift up your heels and we're just gonna allow those knees to track right to left. So this is gonna be for those outer hips. Again, just warming them up. And then the next one we'll do will be our butterfly. So soles your feet together and we're going to just let them open and close. So sometimes we're tight here in those inner thighs. Okay, last one. And bring them together. So our first stretch today is going to be our hip flexor stretch. So we're going to take a walk around. So you're going to be facing sideways on your chair. And we're just going to sit up nice and tall. So this is best done in like a folding chair that doesn't have arms on it. So if you have arms on your chair, you might want to grab a folding chair if you have one. We're going to slide a little bit so that your leg that's on the outer part, the hips is just be able to be off of it. So your sit bone might be off the chair, which is going to make it easier for you to get this leg back. So all you're doing is you're going to push that leg back. Your alignment is going to be that hip directly over top of the knee. The back foot can be tucked or flat. You choose whatever you like. So in this position, we want to think about knee reaching to the floor. And we're going to add this arm, same side arm is going to reach up. So we're trying to create length down this whole side here. Let your tailbone soften down towards the chair, which is going to open up the front of this hip here. So we're going to take some gentle breaths in and out of the nose. If you need to add a little bit more, you're only going to be doing this slightly leaning towards the chair in order to find more stretch. And your breath again is coming from that belly. Last breath. And then you're going to release the arm first. Then you're going to bring this leg through and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're walking all the way around, scooching yourself so your sit bone falls off the front edge of the chair so you can slide that leg back, check your alignment, make sure that hip is right over top the knee, back toes can be tucked under if you like. First, just notice, keep that foot grounded in the front, tailbone softening down towards the chair in the back. It's going to open up the front of this hip. If you're already feeling a lot of sensation, you might not even need to go to the next step, which is reaching that arm up and then leaning towards the chair. So we're going to hold it for about 4 breaths. Ideally, you want to hold this for about a minute. And if you have the extra time, please hold it there for a minute at least. Okay, last breath here. And then go ahead and release, bring that leg forward, and then walk yourself back to the center. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is that figure 4 stretch. So I'm going to take one of my legs, I'm lifting it up. We're just going to do a little bit of mobilization just by taking the leg out into external rotation and then into internal rotation. Just do about 4 of those. And then you're going to cross that ankle right over top of the thigh. If your foot does not get here, just use a stool to rest it on. So it'll be propped instead of being up here. We're going to sit up nice and tall, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to slowly move forward. And you're just checking in to where you're feeling any sensation. So a lot of times these hips, these outer hips can get tight. So this is what we're going to target here because the tight hips on the out part of the legs also affects the hip flexors too. So close your eyes, breathe into it, and hold for about 4 breaths. This will be your last one. And again, this one too can be held for a little bit longer if you have the time. You can always pause the video and hold it for longer if you need to. And then you're going to take your time, sit up tall, uncross. Go ahead and tap it out. And then we're going to switch to the other leg. So you're going to reach down, grab underneath of it, lift it off the floor, and then take it out and in a few times. You should do about 4 of these just to mobilize it. And then you're going to reach down and hold on to the front of your shin or ankle and then guide that ankle. And again, always grab a prop if you need to for this stretch. This would also be done in bed. You could do it on laying flat on the floor in your bed and just do that same stretch here. But this one I just made more accessible for being if you're at your office. Okay, we're going to come forward slow. Eyes can be closed. Focus on sensation all around your hip joint here. Nothing should feel sharp. It should feel gentle, warm stretch. If anything feels sharp or painful, you're going to move out of this one. We have a lot of nerves all around our hips and pelvis here. We don't want to aggravate anything. Breath is coming into belly. Okay, so your last breath here. And then go ahead and take your time coming up. Uncross, we'll do a few more windshield wipers. And then we're going to stand back up again just to kind of do an assessment. We're also doing a forward fold. So you're going to hinge and then press down to your feet, rise up, walk around, and then we're going to stand and do that assessment. Noticing if anything feels different, let your tailbone soften. Then we're going to do a forward fold. So you're going to just let your arms reach to the floor, bend your knees as much as you need to, check in with those hamstrings, hold at the bottom, and then press down to your feet and slowly rolling up. And then once you get all the way to the top, let the shoulders relax, feel the top of your head, feel the bottoms of your feet, and just take a moment to see how you're feeling. Okay, that's it. We're all done. I hope you feel better, I hope you feel more range of motion, and do this video as much as you need to get these hips moving much better. Thank you so much for joining me today.